Not too long ago, I talked about how we switched our Xbox Series X to a Series S, and we are still loving it. Hi, my name is Amy Vishwanatha, and welcome to Techie Housewife. Now, I know some of you couldn't believe it, and some of you gave it a thumbs down, and probably think that we are crazy. But so far, Xbox Series S is getting a lot of love in our house. Way more than the Series X did, and now, truthfully, even more so than our PS5. You may be wondering why this has happened. I would just like to explain a little bit to you so you can understand. Microsoft Game Pass keeps adding more games every other day. And first of all, there are a lot to choose from, and that combined with all of the games that we get from EA Play, which is part of the Game Pass Ultimate, there are plenty of genres to choose from and to play. Not to mention, the loading time on these games are super fast, and we can quickly switch between games and load them. Even PS5 loading time is fast, and the PSN Plus does give free games every month, I believe. But it's hit or miss whether it's a game that we would want to play. Our PS5 is only used for specific adventure games. And when we want to pick up just any kind of game and randomly play, Xbox Series S has been the go-to for that. For example, a lot of platformer games. Like, there are a lot of Ninja Gaiden clones available on Xbox Series S that we can just download and play. And if there's a game we just happen not to like, we just delete it. And on top of that, they just keep adding new games to the collection, along with the free games that come with the Xbox Gold. It's like a dreamland of games for gamers. A never-ending supply. Not only that, you get a bunch of PC games to play as part of Game Pass Ultimate, and many of those are AAA games. Examples? There's Star Wars Squadrons that we have been playing using our VR setup. And let's not forget the gigantic Microsoft Flight Simulator. Our TVs are not super fancy TVs to find the difference in running 4K or 120 Hz on PS5. We do, however, love the PS5 controller. It is awesome. The absolute best, and I will stop myself from saying more because I can just keep going on that. The ultimate combination would be a PS5 controller with Xbox and using Game Pass. Also, PS5 does have awesome exclusives. My husband really wants to play Spider-Man Miles Morales, but he's not getting enough time to download it even though he does have enough credits for it. I think that is because he's been playing Xbox Series S since he conveniently took it to his office and hooked it to his 165 Hz PC monitor. I mean, it's right on his desk beside the monitor. He did, however, show some love to his PS5 when he played Shadow of the Tomb Raider and finished it. And right now he's trying to find time to play God of War. But the problem with these games is the amount of time needed to be dedicated to playing in order to finish. Whereas he can have quick gratification just picking up a game and playing it, then putting it back down without any worry. And all of the old games are at your fingertips. So how do they match up beside each other? Is there any difference between the Series X and the Series S? My husband actually said that they are not that far apart from each other from his day-to-day gameplay standpoint. Now, if we would have played these on the newer 2021 4K TVs, then we probably would have found some differences. Because PlayStation can play at 4K, whereas Xbox Series S can only play at 1440p. He's playing Xbox Series S on a monitor at 1080p and at 120 frames per second. And he says the games look really, really good. And the games are very responsive. So all in all, what it comes down to is the accessibility of games through Game Pass. The kind of games that are available to you, along with the amount of different genres you can get, makes it a lot easier to try different games and see if you like them. You sometimes find awesome games that just pull you in and have such a beautiful world and gorgeous graphics, along with fun gameplay where you may not have had that option with the other platform. Like I said, you guys need to keep in mind that the Xbox Series S is sitting on his desk right beside his monitor. So it's pretty much instantly on hand for him. Or I guess I should say in hand. But even if that was not the case, because of Game Pass, he said he would still find himself reaching out more for the Series S than the PS5. Can you believe it? It's not the graphics and it's not the gameplay that differentiates this for him, because they are so similar as we're not playing in 4K. It's the game availability and accessibility. Another great thing about Game Pass is, if we are playing a game, we can literally continue where we left off on any Android devices that access the cloud. But there are still some kinks that need to be worked out on the gaming cloud. However, I keep the Xbox One downstairs in our living room. So if he was playing Series S upstairs and decided he wanted to come downstairs, he can just come down and continue to play on our Xbox One, which has an SSD installed in it. So the loading time is actually better than the previous hard drive that was in it. So if you think about it, it's almost like having two Series S's, right? I would just like to say that PlayStation is still our favorite out of the two because the exclusive games that are offered. And well, it's just quite an awesome console with the most awesome ever controller. So what did we learn from all my yammering? Well, hopefully we've learned that Game Pass has played a huge part in this house when it comes to which console is getting the most love. Isn't it just amazing what can completely change your perspective? Something else for you to think about is that Xbox Series S has been in stock more frequently at some retailers, especially Best Buy, than PS5. So here's my message. Sony, get your act together and bring up something like Game Pass Ultimate and redeem some love back. That is all I have for today. Thank you for watching. If you have anything to add, please do so in the comments below. Share this video with your friends, and as always, have a game-tastic day.